Hey, I'm Roland and we're right here at IFA 2016 and I finally found the Moto E3. So that's their new lowest end smartphone for countries like Brazil or India, for example, or maybe even China. And it's definitely also launching in countries like Germany and Eastern Europe. That's for sure. It costs 129 euros over here. It's probably going to be cheaper in other countries. This is a 5-inch smartphone that's definitely a pretty good quality for the low price that they're charging for it, because this device has an IPS panel without an air gap in it, so you can basically see there's no air gap between the display and the touchscreen itself. It's a 720p IPS panel that's also decently bright, because I'm in a very brightly lit area here at the Lenovo booth at IFA, and you can definitely easily read this even outside in the sunlight, I would guess, because yeah, as you can see from the screen, there's a ton of lights up in here and it's very bright, so it's super easy to read. Also, colors seem very nice. There is no problems with the viewing angle, so even from the side you can easily read this screen, so that shouldn't be any problem at all. And yeah, feels very nice. Performance also seems pretty good, since we have the MediaTek MT6735P under the hood. That's the quad-core SoC running at 1.3 gigahertz. I was fearing that there would be some performance problems, but right now I've been playing around with this a little. I had closed all apps now, but as you can see, the browser starts reasonably fast. The camera starts pretty fast, and pretty much everything else seems pretty snappy. And as you can see, the whole graphics performance also doesn't seem to be an issue in this case. So I guess Motorola has done a good job of optimizing their Android 6.0 Marshmallow version that's on here, that has pretty much not been modified in any way for this MTK chipset, so you don't have to fear any performance issues. I am just guessing. I haven't spent much time with it, so keep that in mind if you buy this device. But so far, it seems pretty nice. And yeah, snappy overall. This one runs on 1 gig of RAM and it has 8 gigs of flash storage. I don't know if there's going to be a model with 2 gigs and 16 gigabytes, but in this case, I'm sorry, I just can't remember all the specs exactly. We have a 5 megapixel camera on the front right there. There's your earpiece. Sadly, there's no cover on it, so they will probably accumulate some dirt over time. There's also your front-facing notification LED right there, so that's pretty nice to have on this low-end device. And down here we have a pretty big speaker, and that speaker is also very nicely loud. So let me just quickly switch into the settings menu, find the notification and ringtones, and I'm just going to play some of that music. And as you can see, it is definitely nicely loud, because I'm in a super loud environment right here. As you can hear all the music playing behind me. I hope you can still hear this while watching this video. So the speaker down here seems very loud, at least. I don't know about the rest of the sound, because I can barely hear anything in this place because the music playing behind me is so loud. We have a 2000 milliamp hour battery inside. I'll show you that in a second. On the side you get the power button that has this pattern to it, so you can easily feel where it is. It's on top. So on other devices, usually you have the volume rocker which sits right here, reversed the other way around. Quality, well, it's decent, at least. I mean, the buttons are a bit wobbly, but overall the device feels pretty sturdy, and it also there's no problems with it being flimsy or anything. You can't really stretch it or anything, so that's pretty nice, although it is fully made out of plastic, and this is still a prototype in this case. Yeah, the rim around here looks pretty Moto-ish. As you can see up here, you have this typical Motorola design. You have the 3.5 millimeter headset jack up here. Down here is your standard micro USB port, so there's definitely no USB Type-C on this device. And let me just quickly rip off the back so I can show you the inside of the device. I hope I'm not setting off the alarm right now. Let me just quickly pull this off. And as you can see, there's your 8 megapixel camera back here. There is a single LED flash, and there is your SIM card tray. There will also be a dual SIM version. Right here at the show they only have the single SIM version, and there's your micro SD card slot for storage extension. Down here, that's the 2000 milliamp hour battery that I was talking about, and you can easily replace this on this device at least. Let's switch over to the front again, because I want to show you something in the software. Let me just quickly unlock this. It has the typical Motorola additions, but it's still that very clean Android 6.0 build. So you have this special clock widget up there. You have a bunch of Moto apps. which are in this case, well, let me see. There should be some on here, I can't find them right now. You have the camera experience that has been customized, and that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. As you can see, the camera app starts pretty quickly. I mean, let me just close this again, open it up again, and it runs. So that's pretty quick for a device that's only on the 1.3 gigahertz quad-core SoC from MediaTek in this case. And let me just quickly snap some shots. It's reasonably fast. I mean, it takes its time, but it seems pretty good. I mean, for a device in this price bracket of just 130 euros, that is pretty quick. And also the autofocus seems very nice and quick. Sometimes it misses the point, but in this case you also have this white background, that's why it's probably not hitting a spot right there. But overall it's doing very nice, and it's pretty quick actually for a low-end device. The quality of the shots, let me just quickly switch back here. I took a photo earlier for my German video, and this is the back of my hand, and as you can see, when we zoom all the way in, there's clearly visible the hairs that are very fine resolution, with a pretty fine resolution, and you can easily see these, and you don't have any problems looking at these, and no blocking or anything. So that seems a pretty nice camera. So I think the Moto E3 will be a pretty good deal for people who don't have that much money and who are still wanting to get a pretty decent device in this case. So that's just been a quick look at the Moto E3 finally at IFA 2016, and I was rolling. I'll see you later.